This is part 2 of progress monitoring. Once you've gotten into the mclasshome.com to look at your data, look at it in a little bit more detail, organize kiddos, realizing who's in the red in the composite and who's in the yellow in the composite, you are now ready to start progress monitoring. You will go to mclasshome.com/assessment. This is the icon that you have put on your iPad desktop. You'll go ahead and log in. One thing that I want you to keep in mind, I have just a demo class under my mclass.com/assessment. I don't have access to your students, so you're going to be seeing a lot of blank composite scores just because it's that demo site. Yours obviously will show your class the same composite colors that you just saw in the other presentation. Once you're logged in, you're going to still click on Dibbles Next. You're going to find a student. I'm going to pretend that Karen Ashdown had a yellow, so I'm going to click on Karen. And this time, instead of going to the benchmark testing, I'm going to go to the progress monitoring. What you're going to notice is at the top where it says NWF, that is where you are going to be told what is the recommended progress monitoring tool to use for this student. When I think about first grade, and first grade had several different assessments to give, they're not going to progress monitor on every single one of those measurements. They're going to progress monitor only in the lowest measurement. And that's going to be what's recommended. So again, up where it says NWF is where it will say recommended. You can always click the arrow, choose a different one to progress monitor them under, but it's not the recommended one for this time. Once you see that, you're going to go ahead, same place where we did with the benchmark. When you see that finger, that's where you're going to assess. You're going to assess with Form 1. The next time you get into Progress Monitor, so if this is a red kid and I Progress Monitor the next week, it'd be week 2, so I'd be doing Form 2. If it was a yellow kid and I Progress Monitor bi-weekly, Form 1 is for the first week, Form 2 is for the next time I get on. So I'm going to go ahead and press OK. And you're going to notice it's the same reminders as what happened before. Proceeding. And you'll proceed on through the test. For some reason, mine's not working. But it's the exact same thing. It's one piece of the passage. The student materials are the same student materials that you had in your Dibbles Next box, the same materials you used last year, only again, instead of recording it on paper, you're recording it here. I'm going to go back and do one more student. This time I'm going to look at Sue. She is a green. I'm going to look at progress monitoring, and notice they say NWF is recommended. That means when I was looking at the other site, yes, she's a green composite, but she still had a red score somewhere, and it's recommended to progress monitor her. So I'm going to go ahead and assess Form 1, because this is the first time I'm progress monitoring this student, showing reminders, reading through, and then I can go ahead and proceed through the test. They're quick little assessments, so it shouldn't be too difficult to get your students in that weekly or bi-weekly fashion, depending on if they're that red, that yellow, or possibly that green borderline student. Remember, it's important that you're the one doing the progress monitoring and that you have your materials ready to go so that it's nice and quick and easy. I hope that this has at least helped you know who to progress monitor, when to progress monitor, and how to progress monitor. Please make sure to ask me with any questions you might still have.